All right. I decided I would get on here and talk about engine oil today. Now, you go to test drive a newer vehicle, you look at the oil cap, it's going to have on it what the manufacturer suggests. Let's take Toyota, for example. I'm a Toyota owner, have been for a while now. Toyota currently on their oil caps, and what they recommend is a 5W20 or a 0W20. Manufacturers are currently developing I believe it's a 0W16. It may already be out there, and they're already developing a 0W8, I believe it is. Yeah, a 0W8. So you can see the trend getting thinner and thinner, lighter and lighter. Now, what this is all about, it's the government CAFE, or corporate average fuel economy. Manufacturers got to hit these numbers that the government is wanting them to hit, all right, for fuel economy. So they're trying to hit these CAFE numbers, and they're doing it by going lighter and lighter, or thinner and thinner with the oil. And you're going to hear a lot of different things when it comes to this. You're going to hear people say and see people say, well, it causes, if you go with a lighter weight oil, it causes less friction in the engine, and you're going to get better gas mileage. Well, slightly. I would say slightly. But when you keep going lighter and lighter and lighter with the oil, I personally don't believe that your engine parts are getting coated as good as it would if you would go with a little bit. And I'm not saying go crazy, I'm saying going a little bit thicker. So my oil cap on my little Corolla says 0W20 and 5W20. What do I run? I run a 5W30. Some people may say, well, Mike, Mr. Righteous Redneck, that's too thick. I'm not going too much heavier. I will gladly sacrifice a mile or two to the gallon for a little bit better coating on my engine parts. I'm not saying run a 40 weight or anything crazy. I just want my engine protected a little bit better. And if it costs me a mile or 2 miles to the gallon, I'm okay with that. I want that engine to last as long as possible. That's my goal. It's a Toyota. I'm already getting great gas mileage. I mean, I can go a long way in between fill-ups. So I'm fine with that. So I run a 5W30 in my car, and here's another reason why. All right, the United States is the only country where, it's recommended in these Toyotas to run this 5W20 or 0W20. Any other country, same engine, same cars. What do they recommend? And you can research this. What do they recommend? 5W30. That's right. So, yeah, the choice is yours. I've run the 5W20, no problem at all, but I've also used the 5W30. In some instances, living here in Texas where it's really hot, in the winter, I've run a 5W20, and then when it gets really hot, I've run a 5W30, just a little bit thicker for those hot months. But generally, I'm running 530 because it's Texas, it's the South, and even our winters are pretty hot. I mean, for us, I mean, if it gets down into the 40s or the upper 30s, that's cold to us. So it just depends. If it gets down into the lower 30s and I need an oil change, I might put the 5W20 in. You know, it just depends. And another thing, guys, let's talk oil filters. A lot of people say, well, you know, running synthetic, I need to run a synthetic filter. Not the case. You know, is the material within the filter better if you go with a synthetic filter? Yeah, normally it's a synthetic media, but I run Wix filters, just standard Wix filters with my synthetic. And you may say, well, why? Well, for one thing, they're cheaper, and the anti-drain back valves on a regular Wix filter, they're silicone. And a lot of your standard filters, they're rubber, which they can, under heat and stress, they can crack over time versus the better material, the silicone. So I run regular Wix filters. I change my oil personally every 5,000. Yeah, you can go a longer interval with your synthetic. I'm not one of these people that believe in changing oil once a year or every 15,000 miles. I don't do that. Every 5,000, that's as far as I'm going to go. Change my oil. I use Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, Pennzoil causes sludge. No. Back in the, I guess it was 60s, maybe the 70s, they did have some issues with that. There was a lot of paraffin wax at that time, but Pennzoil is made about 90 miles from me in Houston, Texas. It's a totally different formulation than what it was then. I run the Ultra Platinum. If you look in your research, it's right up there with Amsoil. It's a very good oil. The Dodge Demon comes factory filled with this Pennzoil Ultra Platinum, and I've run it no problem. It's a great oil, and I like it personally. That's my recommendation. It's hard to find. Advance Auto Parts, they carry it. That's a place you can go and get it. You can also order it on Amazon. But you can go with whatever oil you like and just change it. You know, the best oil is clean oil, right? So if you want to go 3,000 miles between changes, you can do that. Just don't go, you know, a long period of time. Keep that oil clean. All right. So that's just a little bit about motor oil. Any questions, comments, anything you want to ask, just comment down below. You guys take it easy. Bye.